This movie is actually not for you. It's for very hi people, it's your girl Tinu, and in today's video I will be doing movie review. Yes, I'm talking about the latest Nollywood movie that was released in Netflix sometime last week, Elesin Oba. Have you watched it? If you haven't watched it, then I'll tell you to watch this video to get a glimpse of the movie. And if you've also watched it, you can still join in on the conversation. I must apologize to you. Yes, I've been away for a while. I just had to focus on my health. So I've been thriving well, and it took a lot of effort for me to sit down and put this video for you, and I hope you actually do enjoy watching it. Conversation. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Ride with Tinu. My name is Atinuke Mati Shobo. For returning subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Please stay subscribed. And for new and potential subscribers, what are you waiting for? Come join the family. Click the subscribe button for more interesting videos. So I would urge you to go through my content. I make a lot of type of videos, so if you like it, you can subscribe to my channel. And I usually get complaints from some of my friends and subscribers saying that, oh, I usually don't see when you post a new video. So I would advise you that maybe you just haven't hit the bell button. It is just by the subscribe button. You hit the bell, that is the notification button, and then you will be notified anytime I upload a new video on my channel. So let's get to the movie, Elesin Oba. Elesin Oba is a Yoruba movie, but of course it has been subtitled in English for everyone who is non-Yoruba to understand. And the storyline borders on the ancient Oyo Empire, like the story of a king, a king, Alafin of Oyo, who died, and then one of his prominent chiefs that is known as the Elesin Oba, is to accompany the king in the land of the dead. That means he used to die, just to accompany, according to the traditions, to accompany the king in the afterlife. That's what the movie was talking about. And this role was played by a Yoruba actor, popular Odunlade. Yes. And this movie is centered on Professor Wole Soyinka's book. Yes, the King Horseman. Professor Wole Soyinka's book. It was written by Professor Wole Soyinka. And the movie actually, overall, it's a good watch. But this movie has got so many people conversing, so many people speaking, and so many people have different opinions as to whether it is actually really enjoyable as a film or not. And that is why I am doing this YouTube video, to give my own take on the movie Elesin Oba. Yes, so as I was explaining, it is a story of a king's prominent chief that is to accompany the king to the afterlife. He used to commit, a ritual death. Yes, he used to commit a ritual death just to join the king. And one thing I love so much about the movie is the ardent display of culture. I'm a Yoruba person, yes. Proud Yoruba. And I love what I saw. The culture, everything from the costumes to the singing to the dancing, the beats, everything, it just looks so beautiful in an Asian traditional way. At least that was what the movie was trying to portray, and it did get it after all. So in that aspect, I enjoyed every bit of it. And another thing I also love and appreciate about the movie is the language. The language, like, it poses a lot. The language, there was eloquence, which is Yoruba language. The eloquence from the actors are top notch. In short, I just, I was surprised that a lot of these actors that I know, because most of them, they feature in English movies, Nollywood section, especially that of Shaffy Bello, who played Yaloja. And Deyemi, their Yoruba was so eloquent. I was like wowed. The only person that is, we all know he can speak Yoruba very well is Odunlade, who is the protagonist in this movie, The King's Horseman. Dialogue. I love the dialogue part, the exchange of words. Even if you haven't read the book, it won't take you long to realize that yes, this movie must have actually been a play, because most literature novels are like dialogue. Most of them, they're like stage plays and all of that. So, and the film actually did well in portraying that. Take for instance almost everybody's favorite scene, because I have seen social media takes, and everybody seems to appreciate the scene where the Iyaloja was confronting the Elesin when he was actually imprisoned by the white colonial people. Now the king, when he dies, about 10 days, the king's horseman is supposed to follow him, supposed to die. But along the line, he was defeated. The Elesin Oba was defeated. A lot of things got into the factor, and he couldn't carry it out. Rather tragic ending for Elesin Oba. It was actually tragic. Honestly, at a point when I got into the movie, it got kind of boring for me. Maybe because there were just exaggerated scenes and all of that, prolonged scene display and all of that. It was just like, okay, I wanted to just fulfill watching the movie till the end. And then another thing I'm going to point out is all right, during the movie, the prison scene, which is almost everybody's favorite, no doubt, it got me wondering, and maybe, I don't know, if you watched it, you may wonder and say, how comes? Because the Elesin was discussing with the white man who came to arrest him, in preventing him from fulfilling his duty, which was to die and accompany the king. He was speaking Yoruba, and the white man was actually responding, although in English. That was very, very surprising, because of course, as if he read my mind, as if the white man read my mind. He was saying, of all the years I've spent with you people. So really, could it be that the white man really understood and assimilated the Yoruba language to even hear such conk Yoruba words spoken by the Elesin? And the Elesin himself, who has probably never traveled, in the movie, like, you understand, like, he was actually, replying the white man. So what was going on there? The language difference is supposed to create some sort of, tension and maybe an interpreter, but they were just flowing as if they understood each other very well. So I feel that was a very, very questionable part. That the movie is actually a good watch, but there is something that I must note. One thing with Nigerians, there are a lot of films some Nigerians may appreciate, and there are some that Nigerians may not appreciate, and this is like a stage play we're talking about. So maybe the Elesin Oba is such type that would be appreciated much as a stage play. That is, maybe if it was acted in a theater stage play basis, just the way the book is. Because I feel if you were to make a book into a film, you're gonna have to add so many things. Yes, so many things go into making a book into a film. Movies that the audience will love. Okay, if you're making a movie for Nigerians, make movies that Nigerians are going to enjoy. So that is why it got a lot of people talking, and some people were just downplaying the efforts. But come on, it would be very unfair to downplay the efforts of this movie, Elesin Oba. It's actually a great watch, and I would recommend you to actually watch it. But if you're some kind of person that doesn't enjoy literary work and stage play, then this movie is actually not for you. It's for very arts people. Those are the people that are going to enjoy this movie. Great lesson, I would say, this movie is actually sending across to people is greed. Yes, I'm going to speak about that, greed, because the Elesin Oba, at the start of the movie, he was enjoying himself. Like, he was someone that was actually prominent. He never lacked anything. Had wealth, had food, had a host of women, because of course he's a man, so he could host of women around him. So why did I say greed set in? On the particular day that he was to carry out the ritual suicide, the ritual death, he was gone in for a young virgin and that he saw that day, and he was mesmerized, and he said, oh wow, I want to take her for a bride, and he requested that he gets married to her. And the Iyaloja was not happy, really, because that was her son's fiance, Elesin. And she said something. She said, you know, I don't want to deny you this request, but everything has anything you do has its own consequence. And the Elesin Oba didn't know that, of course, it was going to be a direct consequence for him to have made that decision. Elesin Oba was not able to carry out that right because he was stopped, he was arrested. I feel that if he didn't go ahead with the whole marriage and consummation act, he would have done this thing swiftly in time before those white people, the colonial masters, they were able to come. But he was busy, you know, in the merriment of it, so it delayed time, and that was why they were able to catch up and arrest him. So this movie is sending out a lesson of greed. The lustful desire of the flesh can get in the way of one's dream, and that was why it ended so tragic, because at the end of the day, it was his precious son that took his stead. I would say that is very, very brave of the son. So I don't know what you think about the movie. Have you watched it? If you've watched it, I would love to hear your comments. I would love to see your comments rather in the comment section. And if you haven't watched it from watching this video, tell me if you would love to watch it in the comment section. So thank you very much for joining me in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Do not forget that. I'll see you on another video. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.